Well, welcome to the channel. Big welcome to subscribers old and new. And if you are brand new to the channel, my name is Hayley and I live a full-time van life in the UK. So for my regular subscribers, you will know that I have done a lot of travel vlogs, a lot of filming in northeast of England, a place that I love. And I've been keeping a little bit of a secret from you. So I've been invited by local TV, Tyne Wear News, to come and do a little piece today on my lifestyle, basically. Why I love northeast, why I chose the lifestyle I chose. So I've come to North Shields, the beautiful North Shields. That has a very special place in my heart. To meet Ellie, the reporter who I've been speaking to, and film this little piece. It's going to be interesting. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit nervous. But you do YouTube, Hayley, you say? Yeah. But the difference is with this channel and this camera, I've got total control over it and I can edit it if I say something silly. So I'm a bit out of my comfort zone on this one, but I'm taking you with me. And I'm hoping we're going to be able to film the whole process. So I'm hoping that while they're filming me, I can film as well for my channel. So let's see how that goes. The van, I've just got off metro. The van is out of the way. I've got on the metro, come to North Shields, because as you know, I don't show van. I've made that pretty clear to these guys. I do not show and will not show my van. They're quite happy with that. So yeah, what I will say as well, guys, I know it's media, but I've only had a little briefing via email of the questions that they're going to be asking me. Just, you know, why I chose the life that I chose and why I love northeast so much. So that's about it. But I will make it clear, I have in no way, shape or form been told what to say, what not to say, or anything like that. Otherwise, you know, I wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't get involved in that. So let's see how this goes. It's Wednesday. This is getting filmed this morning and going out this evening. So I'm going to try and get this out as well around about the same time. I'll try and get the links and stuff. I don't know, because I don't have a TV. So I don't know what channel and stuff it's going to be on. But I'll try and get the links for you. Pop them in comments or pop them in description, whatever. But I'm going to try and get this video out at the same time as that goes out, basically, or round about the same time. So if you saw my North Shields 800 video, you'll recognise this, or if you're local, you'll recognise this as being the fish quay in North Shields. I'm just walking down to the beach where I'm meeting Ellie at the little coffee stand, and then we're going to crack on. So let's see how this goes. Well, I know what I'm like. I've got no filter, and I'm not going to change that just for TV, am I? So let's see how it goes. I'm going to be completely honest, and there's two reasons why I'm doing this, guys. One is I genuinely do love the northeast. I love the Geordies, I love the people, I love the energy at place. The northeast has got the best coastline ever, in my opinion. And selfishly, because it will probably help my business as well, my YouTube channel. So there we go. So see if I've got time to get a quick mocha before I meet Ellie, and then and yeah, let's get cracked on and see how this goes. And it'll be interesting to see what they leave in and what they edit out. But let's see. Let's go see how it goes. Come on. Let's go. Oh, God.
Sorted.
Sorted.
So let's say me. Should I stand on?
Try not to get blown away.
I know. Right. Outside and then. So if you want to come a little bit closer and then just look at me.
Yeah. Fab.
Ready to go for it?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So I'm looking at you, not at the camera. Looking at you.
Like
yeah.
Combo. Right. So we've done like an introduction, so the anchor of the channel is going to introduce you and like a bit of context sort of thing.
Right.
You gave up your normal life to like follow the nomadic like van life, doing it, and you haven't looked back sort of thing. Everything, and speaking with him today to find out more, and then so we'll go straight into the fact, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no worries.
So yeah. So what motivated you to give up a traditional lifestyle and trade it for van life?
What motivated me? Right, okay, so the short answer is I wanted to get out of the rat race, basically. 2020 was quite a negative experience for a lot of people, but I turned it into a positive. I had an awakening, if you like, which I'm still going through now. It's not an overnight thing. And I learned, let's just say, a lot of things in the world are not as it seems and not as we're told. So I knew that there was a better life out there, and I wanted to find that, and I wanted to live that. I was the same as everyone else. You know, I was in a job I didn't like. I was in a life that I didn't like, and I knew that there was something better out there. So I prepped for 2 years for this, and here we are. In a very windy North Shields today.
So what are some of the challenges you faced since you began this journey 15 months ago?
Challenges. So I would say challenges of van life are making that initial adjustment. So we are all programmed from a very early age to believe that we need to be consumers, basically. We should consume, we should purchase. And we live in houses and we buy all this stuff and we have all this stuff around us that actually we don't need. When you move into a van, it's obviously you're limited for space. So I found that the physical decluttering made a lot of mental change as well, and kind of it's liberating it mentally. The decluttering of the physical space declutters the mental and emotional space as well, if that makes sense. But it can be a challenge not having the space. Obviously, not having not having the things that you're used to having in an house. It takes some adjusting. Winter's a challenge. I've done all 4 seasons now. I mean, I'm in like my second summer. Winter is a bit of a challenge. First thing on the morning, it's cold. You see your breath. You've got freezing fingers, but you've got a diesel heater. So people say, well, how do you cope? Well, I do the same as what you do. I put my heating on. But the first thing on the morning, when your heater's not been on, your insulation's wore off. It's a bit nippy. It's a bit nippy on fingers and a bit nippy, you know, you see your breath. So that's an experience. But the negatives the positives outweigh the negatives by a million miles. So I have no regrets at all. There's always challenges in life. I think whatever walk of life you choose, there's always challenges. I think it's how we deal with them that matters. Yeah.
One thing obviously I wanted to mention, like, you obviously, do you do it all on your own? Is it just you and your dog? Or?
I'd rather not discuss that, if that's all right.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's quite personal. There's a lot of things that I keep back from my YouTube channel, i.e. my own, purely for safety reasons. And a few things I like to keep private. I quickly learned that I'd always worked for myself, but I quickly learned that YouTube was a good thing to do to what I was going to do anyway, living the van life, travel vlogging. YouTube fitted in perfectly with that. But I've always said I'm going to keep a little bit of something back, keep a bit of privacy for myself, which includes my home, because I don't want my home. I think it's a dangerous thing to do. I think there's a lot of ladies on YouTube that are doing this life and showing the van, and I think it's quite dangerous. So I personally choose not to do that.
But one of the things I was going to ask is finding spaces. So is it a challenge to, like, because I know did you just put a video on recently about like finding a spot
parking?
Yeah. You can actually like obviously more and more laws are coming in, like, is it difficult for you to kind of park up somewhere and for the police not to be like, what are you doing here, or whoever, or locals, like?
Well, first of all, it's not a police matter because it's a civil matter.
Oh, is it not?
It's a civil matter. So parking on I'm very up on law and legislation. It's kind of my thing. It's what I like to. It's what I got involved in. It's what I've done a lot of learning about things. So basically, I know where I'm allowed to park and not allowed to park. On a public road, we pay road tax. We can pretty much park anywhere. As with anything, they like to monetize it. But if you're parking on a public road, you're not causing an obstruction. There's plenty of places to park. I think there's a lot of clickbait out there, a lot of people that fearmonger and make videos just, you know, this about parking and stuff. There's a lot of places to park. I tend to keep away from sort of the park for a night apps where you get them all congregating, purely because it's a different world. And I like to just do my own thing and just park, but there's plenty of places to park.
So it's not a challenge for you then?
So far, I've not found a challenge in parking at all, yeah.
Perfect. And the next thing, right, so what are some of the positives of van life?
Oh, wow. I mean, where do I start? It's so liberating, it's so freeing. For me personally, being able to work for myself and do the job that I do now, it just gives me time, which is the biggest, our commodity, you know, the real commodity is our time and our energy that we've got. I've got the time to be able to see the country and beyond at some point, you know. There's so many places in this country I've not seen yet. To get to meet amazing people, particularly like here in the northeast, the people are, I love the people here. And just live, you know. Again, we're conditioned to believe that we grow up, we go to work, we pay bills, we retire, we die. No, there's more to life than that. And I'm glad that I was able to do it at an early enough age to be able to enjoy a few years in front of me. Some people don't get to see that. Some people don't get to retirement age, and some people retire and then don't get much more time after that. So many positives. You know, you can go somewhere, if you don't like it, you can leave. Yeah. You can just jump in driver's seat and you can go. You've not got that if you live in an house and you hate it, you've got nosy neighbours. You can't just up and go just like that, can you? You know, so yeah, there's so many positives. It's beautiful. You're meeting new people all the time, you're seeing new places, waking up in different places. I like to be rural a lot, but I also like to be by coast a lot as well. So like people say, do you not miss having a garden? And I'll be like, well, have you seen my garden? It's a beach. Or it's like a big field, or, you know. So yeah, there's nothing I miss about living in an house. Nothing at all, I'm not gonna lie.
So you said you found a community last week. You were about, like, you've got quite a nice community up there in the northeast, especially, that you know other people with it. So like, how does that like also bring out positives for you? So
I think the northeast, when I first, I mean, I've come to the northeast for years, but when I first started coming to the northeast in van life, I think it restored my faith in humanity. I really think it did, because the people up here are absolutely amazing people. Like, I was welcomed like one of their own, particularly here. I remember the first time I came to North Shields, I just thought the people here were just incredible, you know, so welcoming, and everybody talks to you like they've known you forever. You know, I've got the dog and everybody's stroking the dog, and just the energy of the place, the coastline, of course, just got it all here. Yeah.
Yes. Praise the Northeast.
Big up the Geordies.
So you started YouTube Queen of Freedom. So what type of content do you mainly focus on there, just to give you some kind of promotion as well?
So the YouTube channel, the Queen of Freedom, is basically, so I started van life before I did the YouTube channel, and that's a little regret I got. I wish I'd have started it at the beginning, but hey ho, it is what it is now. It's van life, it's real life van life stuff. So again, going back to, you can look on YouTube, there's a lot of clickbait, there's a lot of fake stuff, there's a lot of people that pretend to live the life and actually they don't. Mine is real, raw, very little editing, the good, the bad and the ugly of van life basically, and travel vlogging. So I like to just go around and just vlog wherever I go. I've done North Shields, I've done South Shields, just over the water there, a lot of Northumberland, And I've got other plans next month for something exciting, which I'll keep under wraps right now. But yeah, they're just travel vlogging and van life stuff, but real raw content, you know, which is what I like to watch on YouTube. You know, there's so much fake stuff out there. I like to keep it as real as possible and relatable, you know, because I think people like that. So I'm just a normal lass. I'm from the council estate in Barnsley, you know, and I'm just living proof that you can change your life. And if you're not happy with the situation that you're in, do something about it, you know, like I did. So, and it's just about losing fear, really, because everything comes down to fear.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah.
It really does. Everything comes down to people are fearful of change. People are fearful of going against the grain a bit. And actually, as long as you're lawful about things,
Do what you want.
you can do whatever you want. I'm probably not going to put that in.
No, but it's true.
Probably not going to put that in, but I've got to get it in anyway.
So yeah, so you've said you really came to love the North East, and you kind of said what you love about it as well. But what's been like? I know you've mentioned areas, but is there any specific landmarks or day trips or anything that have stood out for you while you've been here?
In the North East in general?
Yeah.
North Shields, absolutely North Shields. That's why I suggested us meeting here today, because I've not been for a couple of weeks. So I was like, right. South Shields as well, if I'm allowed to say that. So, I love both sides of the water. And Camas has got a beautiful little beach as well. Camas is beautiful. I've spent quite a bit of time up there as well. There's a couple of little secret park ups that I've got. There's nothing there. Funnily enough, I actually did a vlog on Camas, which I thought, do you know what, I put it on anyway. It's not going to do anything because there's nothing here apart from the beach. It was actually a really big video. It actually did quite well on channel. So
underrated Camas, isn't it? Like, I'm from Northumberland, so I'm aware of how beautiful it is. But it's like hidden almost, because it is in a weird place. It
is, yeah. And like literally, there's not anything, like there's not even a village shop.
No.
And there's one pub, but the beach is beautiful, and it allows dogs on all year round as well. Which which a lot of them don't.
Yeah.
North Shields does.
But the ones up Northumberland don't, do they?
There's a lot that don't. Yeah. Colour Coats don't. Whitley, yeah. Not like one side of Colour Coats does, and then the other side of it doesn't. Yeah. Sorry, other way around. This side of it doesn't, and then as you go a bit further along, that does. So yeah, I can't be dealing with all that.
And to sum it all up, we'll check your story. Oh, what's this stuff? Oh, for God's sake.
Oh.
I did start. I did. Oh, storage is full.
Did it
what part we got up to?
Oh, don't worry. No, you're all right. Can I just have a little puff on my vape?
That's the only thing I don't know about you, is working on phones for filming and stuff. Is the storage on iPhones is ridiculous.
Oh, I have Samsung anyway, me. Yeah, I like Samsungs. I'm not an iPhone type of gal. I think you're either iPhone or you're Samsung, aren't you?
True, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a bit windy.
iPads and stuff. So it's really easy, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like I say, because they don't pay someone to have like iCloud storage.
Right.
So you've got to go through and delete half of your content.
So do these guys just literally, you do it on your phone and then do you edit it yourself?
Yeah. So
and then send it in?
That's like my work phone.
Right.
So they provide all of this. And then you get like an iPad with like a proper tablet and a pen and everything, like the keyboard and a pen and everything. And we'll edit on something called Fusion.
Right.
It's really like good. It's quite user friendly as well.
Okay.
And obviously with a big touchscreen, I find it easier to edit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're on a computer or anything, but I find it so annoying when you're trying to like overlap something and then like you can't get it specific without like silence. It's quite, like I say, it's just nice and easy.
Yeah, yeah. And do you have to pay for that?
I don't know. It's through, like I say, it's through work. So I don't know if they've paid for it, but I don't think it's very much, you know.
Okay. And what's that called again? Sorry, that editing app?
LumaFusion.
LumaFusion. Yeah. Okay, I've not heard of that. That's a good one. I'm going to make a note of that for my channel. But like I say, I try to do very minimal editing anyway, because I do like to keep it as real and raw as possible. Are you just looking at where we got up to? Few editing or technical issues, should I say? We'll be back. This is live TV, guys. It's a good job it's not live, isn't it? I don't think any channel would allow me on live TV. Not gonna lie.
Oh my god. Well, what did I second question?
Well, it's recorded some of it, so that's good. At least we're not having to completely start again.
Right. Yeah. Spot on. No storage. 5 gigs, so that should get us through. So, obviously, like, we'll just go from the next question.
Yeah, that's fine.
Was, yeah. So, what are the positives of living the van life?
The positives of living, there's absolutely loads of positives. Being able to travel, meeting people, being able to just, if you don't like where you are, you can just go, you can just drive off, and just living and just seeing the country or the world, just living, basically. Having that time, having that freedom to be able to do that, not being stuck in that, you know, the rig everybody's stuck in, again, conditioned to believe that's how we're meant to be. So many positives.
So obviously we'll try and, so you, obviously earlier you spoke about, because we didn't catch it on film, so I like the bit where you said like that the whole earth's basically your garden, and then you also said about like the usual, like we're conditioned to think a certain way, and the thing where you said like it's about fear. So
yeah,
I want to mention those things. I like what you said.
Yeah, absolutely. Are they going to put that on? You think they're actually going to put that on TV? Wow, that will restore my faith in the mainstream media if they put that on. So, right, okay, so from a very early age, we are all conditioned, aren't we, to believe that, like I said, we go through school, we go through uni or whatever, we get a job, we pay the bills, we retire and die, without doing the things that actually we wanted to see. I didn't want to be one of those people sat in a nursing home or sat there at 70-year-old saying, I wish I'd have done that, I wish I'd have seen that, I wish I'd have taken that opportunity, I wish I'd have, do you know? So, yeah, and about the space and stuff, people say, do you not miss having a garden? Well, my garden most mornings is either the coast or it's a big open field somewhere in the middle of nowhere. You know, like I said, I'm either parked at coast or I'm parked rurally, just as far out of civilization as normal as I can be. Normality to some people, but yeah, and again, you know, like I said, that just everything is about our programmed to think and our programmed to believe, you know, that we should live in houses and have all this space and consume all these material possessions that actually we don't need, because everything that we need to live and everything we need to survive is actually on the land. But we're not meant to know that. We're not supposed to know that. That'd take a lot of money away from a lot of people. But you know, I find the minimalistic lifestyle is liberating, and like I said before, you know, getting rid of all those material possessions that we really don't need. I mean, I'll not watch this because I've not got a telly. Yeah, you know, so it's kind of, and I don't miss it. You know, I don't miss having all that and having all those material things, because this is all that we need. You know, the earth that belongs to us. This is the land, the air, the water.
Spot on. So next thing, so again about the community question, so just kind of try and repeat what you said before. It's hard doing it a second time.
Yeah, of course. This is a lot of editing for you today, bless you. Yeah, and you've got a time scale to do it on as well. I feel sorry for you.
So you said you found a community within the nomadic community, especially in the northeast. So tell us a bit about that.
The community in the nomadic community, I don't really tend to get involved in that whole kind of van life community, if you like. I have one spot where I stay where there are other vans, but other than that, I tend to kind of like I like to just be out of it and away from it. But the community of the north, the community of North Shields, or of the northeast, the people are amazing. You know, like I said, when I first came here in particular, obviously I'm not local. That didn't matter. You know, I was welcomed here. I was welcomed here like I'm one of the. And every time I come back here, you know, I'll see people that I know, and it's like I've just been here forever. The vibe and the energy of this place is just beautiful. I love it.
And then you started the YouTube Queen of Freedom. So what type of content do you really focus on?
So the YouTube channel is Queen of Freedom. It's basically real life van life stuff. So there's a lot of fake stuff on YouTube. There's a lot of clickbait. I like to keep it very real. So I do very minimal editing. I talk about the good, the bad and the ugly side of van life, which, you know, it's not all beaches and sunshine. It's got a great side to it, but, you know, things go wrong. I broke down a couple of weeks ago. You know, things happen. Again, it's how we deal with it that matters. I'm quite positive at most of the time. But yeah, the whole channel is basically about just real and relatable content, really. Travel vlogging. I like to watch real stuff. You know, there's a lot of fake stuff on the internet. There's a lot of fake stuff in this world. So I started the channel with the intention of keeping it as real as possible. Raw, authentic content that people, you know, normal people can relate to, really, and to try and inspire people, you know, people that might be, because I get a lot of people say to me, you know, I'd love to do that, I'd love to live your life, I'd love to do what you do, and I just think, well, there's only you can do it, you know, like there was only me. I used to watch these videos and think, oh, I'd love to do that, see the van life stuff and think, oh, that's what I want to do, and I did it. You know, there's only you can make changes in your life. If you're not happy with something, change it. Lose the fear, because again, everything by design, that's how we're meant to be. You know, that's how we're meant to live, in fear, because that's how the controllers. Again, you're not going to put that in. I'm causing you a lot of editing today, Ellie. I do apologise, but unfortunately I find it very difficult to be anything but myself.
That's good. That's what we like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know we're having to repeat everything, but at least we'll get everything in again.
Yeah, of course.
So you said you've really come to love the Northeast. You spoke about that. What place? Yeah, and then you just mentioned like the North South Shields that you like that, and Camas as well. Like, so yeah, what places have you been able to
So the places in the Northeast that have stood out to me, obviously North Shields probably is my favourite. That's why I said, well, that's why I suggested we meet here today. But I do love it over the water as well, if I'm allowed to say that, without causing any division. No, I do love both sides of the water. I also love Camas. Camas stood out for me. I've stayed there a few times. There's nothing there, but it's got a gorgeous beach, beautiful little beach. And I mean, Holy Island. There's been quite a few places I've been in Northeast and Northumberland that I've really enjoyed and that I'll go back to again. And there's probably not many places I've not seen now. Yeah.
And do you think like living your lifestyle now, it just makes you appreciate things more? You know, like me, I'll be off on a weekend and it's like, right, we have to go here, we have to do this, because you fit so much in it with small time. Like, you can actually go somewhere and breathe it in, basically.
You do, absolutely. And I used to, before I did van life, I used to hire the log cabins in Northumberland with the hot tubs and stuff, and I used to do Monday to Friday, and like you said, it's exactly like that. You're trying to cram everything in and clock watching before right, you've got to go back. You're going back into Matrix. So to be out of that and to just think, actually, I don't have to be anywhere. And I mean, I'm lucky, you know, that I do YouTube, which means I can work for myself. I can work as little or as much as I want. So having that time again and having that freedom to just be able to go, well, I'm not on a time scale. And it's amazing how, like, there's no, like, all the days are in one to me now. Like, there's no weekends, there's no Monday mornings. Do you know? I mean, I have obligations, of course I do, but the obligations that I've got now are the obligations that I've created for myself, not what the world has created for me. Does that make sense?
Perfect. And yeah, to sum it all up, What do you hope the future will be like for yourself? Do you see yourself doing this forever, sort of thing? Like, what's kind of your plan?
That's a very good question, because I do get asked that a lot. And when you get older, are you still planning on living in a van? At this moment in time, I have absolutely no intentions in ever going back to a house. I'm very, very happy with the choice that I've made to live the off-grid lifestyle. I ultimately, I want to carry on doing what I'm doing with my channel. I want to help people and inspire people to do what I'm doing, or to live their dream, you know, to make people realise that actually, if you want it, you can do it, and there is more to life. And if you're spending every day thinking, like a lot of people do, you know, the quote that there must be more to life than this, you say, people say that, and there really is. And if you're getting that feeling, that's because there is, and you're made to do something different, and you're supposed to be doing something else. So ultimately, I'd like to try and inspire people to do that something else, and to live that better life, you know. I'm proof that it can happen. You can do it. I did that on my own like 18 months ago. I came out of that life and into this life, and here we are. And I've got no regrets at all. Apart from, and it's very cheesy because everybody says this, not doing it sooner. You know, I wish I'd have done it 10 years ago, but it weren't my time 10 years ago. I was meant to do it when I did it, and I truly believe in that. You know, the universe brings us to where we're meant to be when we're meant to be there.
Yeah. Perfect.
I can go
You're
on.
really good with your words.
I can go. Am I really? Even when I'm put on the spot. Thank you. Thank you.
I've got scripts, don't I? So, like, I've basically wrote a script to date so that when we're changing questions, it'll kind of go through.
Yeah.
If I had to try and remember that, or just say it naturally, I couldn't do it.
Really?
Oh no! I do like this documentary with this channel, and it was like a true crime thing, and like I just
I'd love that.
Like, memorize this and read it back to us. I'm like, I'm not an actor. Like,
yeah,
it's not my job. Like,
yeah, exactly.
And then there was words like, I just couldn't say words. Like, it was so hard.
And I think that's the thing with YouTube, you know, because I think it's an acting job to a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, whereas me, I'm probably quite repetitive in a lot of the stuff that I do, because I talk about the same sort of stuff. But that's me being real. Yeah, I probably stand there looking like I'm shaking like a shit's dog. Right, with that wind behind me, I'm stood there like this. It's not actually cold, but just because I was stood there like that, I could feel it going up my back. I was like, oh.
I can see my nose going as well.
Oh, fab.
Right, so
excellent.
Some shots
Yeah.
of you walking along the beach.
So you're just getting some shots of me walking along, yeah? Well, I think that's turned out to be quite a long one. But thanks for joining us on that. I was stood there by the, it was a bit windy. But there we go, that's that done. Lovely lass Ellie there, really, really nice. And we'll see how much that makes the final cut. So I'm going to have 5 minutes down at the beach, and then I'm going to head off. So, as always, guys, thank you for watching. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you will be alerted when we upload future videos. And we'll see you on next one from a very windy North Shields today.